Hey everybody, this is Wileen Benson with another Safeguard series video. And today I want to talk a little bit about resources. And the problem that we have right now is to some extent resources are a little bit short. And of course the solution when resources are short is to share to make sure that everybody has enough. But the problem with that is when we do have resources that are short, that human nature is wanting to kind of hoard it, wanting to make sure that I have enough, kind of being in survival mode. And that doesn't really help the situation. So what I want to suggest today is that you look beyond the source, the immediate source, to what the ultimate source of our resources is. So instead of looking beyond the grocery store as our source, that you're looking to God, who is the source of all things and who is the father of us all, and helping us feel kind of more like family might encourage us to share just a little bit more. So looking to that source beyond the immediate source, and then also asking, receiving, and using for sure what we need, but then letting go and just kind of sending everything else on down the line. And I want to give you just a little example of this to kind of an analogy to anchor this idea in. Irrigation system. I live in Utah where it used to be, it's not as much prevalent right now as it used to be, but used to be that everybody relied on one source of water for all their crops, and it would come down the mountain from the melted snow, and it would come down the irrigation ditches, and we would all have our turn, what we called our turn. And you had a certain amount of time depending on the size of your property that you got to use the irrigation water. And I know, when I was younger and watching this happen, everybody would take their turn and then they would shut the gate off so that the water wouldn't go into our property, and it would send it on down the line to the next person in line. And if somebody kept the water a little bit longer than what they were supposed to, then it made it so that everybody down the line got less and it didn't show up at the right time. So it was kind of a problem. So working together as a community, everybody got enough water, and it all worked perfectly. The thing to remember also is that if we take too much, with irrigation water as the analogy, if somebody allowed their field to flood and got too much water, then it would actually ruin the crops. So taking, of course, receiving what is ours, asking and receiving what is ours, but then also letting go and sending on down the line whatever is over and above what we need. That is goes beyond human nature to being human, to being humane, to being one with, like in a single community, one family under God.